Hi, Paul Formica here, and I just want to go over a quick recipe. It's going to make you look like a hero when you cook fish at home. By the way, if you click on recipes on the icon while you're on the site, this recipe is there, so take advantage of it. Tilapia Almandine. Tilapia is a wonderful, mild white fish that's farm raised in places like Costa Rica and China and shipped here uh, uh, to the Boston area where we go pick up the fish. And it's great. It's less expensive than flounder and cod, but it has that mild flavor. You'll like it. I know your kids will. But what I'm going to show you today is a little extra step, just a little something different that's going to stand you out amongst all the people in your neighborhood. And that is by cooking some great almonds. So you can use the almonds for this fish dish, for a shrimp dish, or for even a chicken dish. And you can make it and then put them aside, get a nice little plastic container, put them aside, and then you can use them whenever it is you need. So as I said, tilapia almandine. We'll start with the almonds. I've melted a little butter, and we'll just put it in the bottom of my saute pan. We'll just kind of move the butter around like that just to get it all the way around the pan. You see I have it on high heat. You have to be very careful with this because what will happen is these are nice blanched almonds. And you see how thin they are? They're going to go very quick. So once that pan gets hot and transfers that heat to these almonds, you got to really watch what you're doing. And then we're going to add a special treat flavor to it to really stand above the crowd. So you'll see the butter is starting to sizzle a little bit in my pan. And if you don't have drawn butter to start, that's okay. You can just lop off a couple of chunks from your quarter pound of Land O'Lakes or whatever you have back there and let that melt. Just make sure that you have it all the way around. And you want it on high heat, but you don't want the butter to burn. And once that's there, you'll just get the almonds just about to cover the pan, the bottom. And you see how they're covering there? And what that's going to do is soak up some of that good butter and some of that flavor. So we're just going to move all that around and get those almonds to absorb that butter and to begin the heating process. And you can see that those almonds are starting to bubble up and they're starting to cook. And we're just going to let those simmer just for a little bit. Now, tilapia. Tilapia is a nice mild white fish, and you see it's a beautiful size. These are 4 to 6 ounce fillets. They're perfect to serve your family. What we use here in the restaurant, we call a sizzle platter. And this cooks individual portions. You can't smell that, but I can smell those almonds. And that's one of the things you want to look for too. You'll start to smell those as they begin to cook. And you can almost see how they're turning just a little bit brown. And that's when they're going to go quick. So I'm just going to turn that down while we're finishing talking about the tilapia. But you can use a flat pan or a cookie pan or one of those glass the glass pans you might have there. Just have a little lip in it. And the reason is we want to add a little bit of water. Boy, those almonds smell great. And they're going to make your whole kitchen smell great. And if you're one of those folks who don't like having the fish smell in your kitchen, these almonds are going to help you get rid of that. And you can see how nice and brown they are. You see how they're doing? They're just cooking like that. They're cooking. They are just about done. We just want them this nice golden brown. Nice golden brown. And then you're going to put them aside. So we'll give that another second. Now the tilapia, what we'll do is we'll layer the fish in the pan so that the two thin parts, you see there's one thick part here and one thin part here. And we're just going to overlap so it's about the same thickness all the way through. We're going to put a little bit of seasoned breadcrumbs right on top and a little bit of drawn butter. And I'll just put some water on there, just a touch. And that way the fish won't stick to the pan. Okay? Now we're going to take some lemon. And if you roll your lemon on the cutting board, it keeps the juice loose. And you just cook that right in there just like that. And now you have lemon, butter, seasoned breadcrumbs, and the tilapia. Now the almonds we're going to put on afterward. We're not going to put on before we cook them. So we're just going to let those cook. Now those look just about done. So we're going to turn that heat off. And remember, give yourself a couple of seconds because that pan is still hot. This is the key ingredient, brown sugar. I'm going to take that brown sugar and melt that right into those almonds. And you see how quickly that kind of dissolves? And that'll do two things. One, the cold brown sugar will help to stop the cooking process. And it melts in there, and it will give it great, great, great flavor. Now you can throw some cinnamon in here. You can throw some, any flavor you like. It's your dinner. So add what you like on there. And those almonds are now ready to go. So how do we cook the tilapia? I use a convection oven. If you don't have one, that's okay. But you want a good hot oven. The rule of thumb for seafood, 10 minutes to the inch of thickness. So we're going to put it in the hot oven. We're going to cook it for about 10 minutes. And when it comes out, it should be nice and white and bubbling around the edges. You see that nice sauce it's created with a combination of the water and the butter. And then take a little bit of your almonds. You put it right on there. And you have Tilapia Almandine. It's a perfect dish. Serve it every time. Your kids will love it, and your neighbors will go crazy because these almonds give it a fantastic flavor. So click on recipes that's sitting there and let me know how you enjoy it. Give me an email. Thanks for watching.